The 15-degree Pisces full moon lunar eclipse on September 7th, 2025 is a soul level reset. This is a turning point designed to pull you into divine alignment with your higher purpose. This eclipse asks you to release outdated identities, beliefs, and paths that no longer serve the life you're meant to live, and to open your heart to the unknown that's waiting for you. In this video, we'll dive into how you're being reshaped and redirected, where you're being asked to let go, heal, and align, and how to step into the opportunities meant for your next chapter. So find your rising sign, and let's dive into what this Pisces lunar eclipse is bringing into your life.
Aries rising. So, this total lunar eclipse in your 12th house marks a deeply karmic turning point, one where the universe asks you to surrender old versions of yourself and release the hidden weight you've been carrying. With the Pisces moon conjunct the North Node, this is not just a shift, it's a cosmic invitation to rewrite your inner narrative. The 12th house rules the subconscious, endings, and soul level healing, meaning this moment activates the places within you that even you don't always see. Themes around self-sabotage, spiritual awakening, and breaking free from cycles that keep you small are amplified now. It's time to let go of the patterns, beliefs, and energetic baggage you've inherited from family, past lives, or your environment that no longer serve where your soul is headed. This eclipse also opens a gateway into deeper intuition, heightened dreams, and psychic downloads. Pay attention to the subtle messages through synchronicities, emotional triggers, or even what resurfaces from the past. You're being guided toward an entirely new level of clarity and purpose. But first, you must create space for it by releasing what's no longer aligned. This eclipse exposes the subconscious patterns you've inherited, fears, self-sabotage loops, and energetic baggage carried from past lives, childhood, or ancestral lineage. It's a call to stop fighting the parts of you that want rest, silence, and spiritual integration. The 12th house is your gateway to healing, but it requires surrendering old narratives about control and worth. Now, while the moon calls you inward, the Virgo sun and Mercury illuminate your 6th house, which is your routines, habits, and the systems you build to support your life. This is where clarity meets practicality. Conversations about your work, health, or boundaries may highlight where you've been overextending yourself or ignoring your body's needs. It's time to create sustainable daily practices rooted in self-respect rather than self-punishment. If something feels heavy, inefficient, or misaligned, this transit reveals a better way forward. Now, the Pisces moon will also make a trine to Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter expands whatever it touches, and in your 4th house of home, roots, and emotional foundations, this trine softens everything. You're supported in creating a home, both physical and emotional, that nourishes you. This energy also highlights ancestral healing. You're breaking cycles that didn't start with you, but end with you. If you've been longing for more stability, safety, or emotional belonging, this eclipse offers the inner expansion needed to create it. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this eclipse energy is first to prioritize rest and reflection. Eclipse season activates your subconscious. Clarity comes through stillness, not forcing answers. Next is to create rituals of release. So journal, meditate, or work with water-based practices to energetically cleanse old emotional baggage. Next is to redesign your systems. Align your work and wellness routines with what your spirit actually needs, not just what you should do. Next is to heal family and ancestral patterns. Be willing to lovingly close chapters connected to childhood dynamics, outdated family expectations, or generational wounds. And finally, strengthen your inner trust. Move beyond logic when necessary and listen to intuitive nudges guiding your next steps. A great affirmation for this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse is, I surrender old fears, release what no longer aligns, and trust the divine unfolding of my path. Be sure to let me know how this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse energy is showing up for you in the comments below. And of course, hit that like button, send this to someone who needs it, and subscribe for more star-powered clarity. And you don't have to keep guessing who you are. My As Above, So Within guided journal helps you get real about what you want and what you're here for. So be sure to grab it below. The links are in the description box. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching. Taurus rising. So this total lunar eclipse is lighting up your 11th house of community, friendships, vision, and future goals. This is signaling a breakthrough around where you belong and who you're becoming. With this Pisces moon conjunct the North Node, your soul is being pulled toward higher alignment in how you connect with others and contribute to something bigger than yourself. There's an emotional release here around outdated friendships, communities, or dreams that no longer reflect your evolving values. This is your chance to step into spaces where your gifts are celebrated, not minimized. The 11th house speaks to your vision for the future, the networks, communities, and collaborations that shape your path. This eclipse calls you to reevaluate the groups you're part of and ask whether they reflect your authentic self. Some connections will naturally fall away, making space for people and opportunities that are better aligned with your soul's purpose. It's also an activation of your ability to manifest through shared vision, tapping into collective energy to create something greater than you. At the same time, the Sun and Mercury are spotlighting your 5th house of creativity, romance, and self-expression. This alignment helps you reconnect with your inner child and reminds you of your right to be seen, celebrated, and creatively fulfilled. Insights about your passion projects, artistic gifts, or love life may come through conversations or unexpected realizations. The balance here lies in expressing your authentic self while finding the communities and audiences that truly support your voice. Now, this Pisces moon will also make a trine to Jupiter in Cancer. So Jupiter's harmonious trine to the eclipse supercharges your 3rd house of communication, self-expression, and digital platforms, making this a powerful moment for using your voice in bold, expansive ways. This isn't just about everyday conversations. It's about amplifying your message and finding new channels where it can truly be heard. This time can bring opportunities to grow your online presence, share your ideas on social media, or attract new audiences who deeply resonate with your vision. If you've been thinking about starting a podcast, launching a YouTube channel, or refining your content strategy, this transit can give you the clarity and momentum you need. Jupiter also invites you to strengthen your offline connections, so siblings, extended family, local networks, or even short trips that can open doors to collaborations. Healing conversations may arise, especially around childhood dynamics or old wounds tied to your voice and self-worth. Above all, this aspect asks you to own your message and recognize the power your words and ideas have to shape your future. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse energy is first to audit your communities. Be honest about where you've outgrown certain spaces or circles. Open up to new networks aligned with your future vision. Next is to nurture your creative expression. Pour your energy into projects, hobbies, or artistic outlets that light you up and reflect who you are now. Next is to speak your dreams out loud. Share your ideas, launch your projects, and connect with people who can help bring your vision to life. Next is to heal any old sibling or peer dynamics. If lingering wounds resurface, choose curiosity and compassion to rewrite the story. And finally, follow inspiration over obligation. If something feels heavy, stagnant, or transactional, it's a sign to realign. A great affirmation for you for this Pisces lunar eclipse energy is, I attract the people, spaces, and opportunities that celebrate my authentic expression and support my future vision. Be sure to let me know how this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse energy is showing up for you in the comments below. And of course, give this video a thumbs up, pass it to your friends, and subscribe for more cosmic truths. And you don't have to keep guessing who you are. My As Above, So Within guided journal helps you get real about what you want and what you're here for. So be sure to grab it below. The links are in the description box. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for listening. Gemini rising. So this total lunar eclipse illuminates your 10th house of your career, visibility, and life direction, marking a turning point in how the world sees you and how you see yourself. Now, with the Pisces moon conjunct the North Node, your soul is being pulled toward greater alignment with your true purpose and the impact you're meant to have. So if you've been questioning your career path, your reputation, or the legacy you want to leave, this eclipse delivers clarity. This energy pushes you to release outdated roles, expectations, and versions of success that no longer fit. You may feel called to step into a new chapter of leadership, visibility, or influence, even if it means leaving behind paths you once thought were permanent. Opportunities around business growth, public recognition, or long-term goals could emerge, but only if you're willing to trust your intuition and follow where it leads, rather than clinging to old safety nets. You may also receive downloads about your larger soul mission, helping you see where your work connects to the collective. This isn't just about career, it's about contribution. You're being asked to align your ambitions with something bigger than yourself and embody a more authentic expression of who you are in the public eye. This eclipse activating your 10th house is asking you to realign your definition of success with your soul's true calling. Outdated ambitions or roles tied to external validation are falling away, making room for a more purposeful direction. Your intuition is heightened, so this is helping you to see beyond surface level achievements and into what truly fulfills you. You may be called to step into more visibility, such as launching a project, sharing your expertise, or becoming a voice of authority in your field. This is your moment to embrace your bigger role in the collective story. The Sun and Mercury highlight your 4th house of home, roots, emotional foundations, and even ancestral patterns. Conversations about family, real estate, or living situations may bring surprising clarity. You could receive insights about balancing your private life with your public ambitions, or even consider a home-based business or remote work opportunity that aligns with your evolving priorities. For some, this transit may bring awareness around healing childhood narratives or redefining the meaning of safety and stability as you step into a larger, more visible role. Now, the Pisces moon will also make a trine to Jupiter in Cancer. So Jupiter supports this eclipse by activating your 2nd house of self-worth, resources, and personal values. So financial opportunities could flow in, especially when you choose paths that align with your authentic gifts and sense of purpose. So social media visibility, personal branding, or content creation could also play a role here, helping you to establish authority and attract aligned income streams. You're being encouraged to release scarcity thinking and step into a mindset where your work is valued and compensated accordingly. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with the energy of this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse is first in redefining success. Ask yourself what you want to be known for, not what you've been told to achieve. Next is honoring your roots. Reflect on family patterns and how they shape your ambitions. Choose what continues and what ends with you. Next is to show up authentically online. Use social media and digital platforms intentionally to share your story and attract aligned opportunities. Next is to invest in your growth. Say yes to the courses, mentors, or tools that elevate your skill set and expand your reach. And finally, release scarcity thinking. Trust that aligning with your purpose naturally attracts the right recognition, resources, and rewards. A great affirmation for you for this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse is, I step into my highest purpose with confidence, attracting recognition, resources, and opportunities that align with my true path. Be sure to let me know how this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse energy is showing up for you in the comments below. And of course, be sure to hit like, send this to your besties, and subscribe so you never miss your cosmic upgrade. And your chart already holds the answers. My As Above, So Within guided journal helps you pull them out and put them on paper, so you can finally see who you're becoming. So be sure to check it out. The links are below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching. Cancer rising. So, this total lunar eclipse is activating your ninth house of expansion, belief systems, long distance travel, and higher knowledge. So, this is marking a major turning point in how you relate to the world, the divine, and your purpose. Now, with this Pisces moon conjunct the North Node, your soul is being magnetized toward new wisdom, new landscapes, and new ways of understanding your place in the bigger picture. This is a moment of spiritual expansion. Old beliefs, inherited worldviews, or subconscious limitations around what's possible are being dissolved so you can move into higher alignment. If you've been craving a deeper connection to something beyond the day-to-day, whether that's through travel, study, writing, publishing, or spiritual practice, this eclipse opens a portal for profound realization. You may feel called to change direction in your life path, seek mentorship, go back to school, explore spiritual teachings, or share your voice and perspective with a larger audience. Anything that's been keeping you small, especially belief systems rooted in fear, shame, or other people's expectations, is being gently but firmly released. You are ready to grow into the version of yourself that sees life as a wide open horizon. This eclipse may also inspire you to trust your intuition more deeply, especially when logic alone can't explain what your soul knows to be true. You're learning that your next level of success and fulfillment isn't about control. It's about surrendering to the path that's always been yours. With this eclipse occurring in your ninth house, your soul is craving expansion and deeper meaning. So you may experience a heightened desire to learn, teach, or share your message with the world. This could be a time when you're called to publish, mentor, launch a platform, or enroll in a course that accelerates your growth. Spiritually, this aspect is highlighting your ability to connect with divine wisdom and receive guidance about your soul's path. Trust synchronicities as they are pointing you toward where you're meant to grow next. Meanwhile, the Sun and Mercury illuminate your third house of communication, learning, local environments, and sibling relationships. Conversations, contracts, or opportunities related to teaching, writing, or sharing your voice could arrive now. You may also see old patterns with siblings, friends, or your community surface for review and healing. So if you've been holding back from sharing your ideas or content online, this is your push to step forward, whether through podcast, newsletters, or social media. Your words have the power to reach further than you realize. Now, this Pisces moon will also make a trine to Jupiter in Cancer. So Jupiter's supportive trine is lighting up, of course, your first house of identity, self-expression, and personal visibility. So this is amplifying your confidence and ability to lead. So you may feel inspired to take up more space and show up authentically in the world. This is the perfect time to elevate your personal brand, launch passion projects, or refine how you present yourself online and offline. You're being encouraged to align your outer expression with your inner transformation, letting others see the version of you that's been quietly evolving behind the scenes. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this eclipse energy is first, to expand your horizons. Lean into opportunities for travel, study, or publishing. Anything that stretches your worldview. Next is to share your wisdom. Step into spaces where your voice matters. Social platforms, speaking events, or creative projects. Next is to reconnect with curiosity. Stay open to new perspectives, conversations, and teachings that shift the way you see yourself and the world. Next is to focus on strengthening sibling or peer bonds. If tensions arise, see them as invitations to rewrite old dynamics with more compassion and clarity. And finally, redefine your identity. Use Jupiter's boost to intentionally craft your personal narrative and presence in the world. A great affirmation for you for this Pisces full moon eclipse is, I embrace new experiences, expand my voice, and step into the highest expression of who I'm becoming. Be sure to let me know how this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse energy is showing up for you in the comments below. And of course, love on this video with a like, spread the magic, and subscribe so the universe keeps sending you these vibes. And if you're ready for clarity, my As Above, So Within astrology journal gives you over 100 prompts to uncover your purpose and patterns. Start your deep dive today. The link is below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for listening. Leo rising. So this total lunar eclipse activates your 8th house of transformation, shared resources, intimacy, and emotional depth. This is pulling you into a soul level reckoning with what you've outgrown. Now, with the Pisces moon conjunct the North Node, your evolution now depends on your willingness to let go of control, shed the mask of self-protection, and trust in a deeper kind of intimacy, the kind that begins within. This eclipse brings clarity to hidden attachments, whether emotional, energetic, or financial. Power struggles, dependencies, or unspoken dynamics in relationships are likely to surface, showing you exactly where your boundaries have been blurred or your energy has been leaking. You're being asked to face what's been avoided, the old fears, resentments, debts, or emotional entanglements that have kept you tied to patterns that no longer serve your highest self. But this is also a portal to reclaiming your power, whether it's through a financial rebirth, deeper sexual healing, or emotional vulnerability with someone that you trust. The work you're doing now is alchemy. You're turning past pain into fuel for your next evolution. And you're remembering that letting go isn't loss, it's liberation. The more you trust the emotional unraveling, the more you unlock your capacity for intimacy, magnetism, and self-possession. This moment is less about what you have and more about how deeply you're willing to transform, to rise from the ashes of your former self, freer and more empowered than ever before. With this activation in your 8th house, the eclipse is inviting you to explore themes of surrender, trust, and rebirth. So you may feel drawn to heal old wounds around emotional dependency or fear of loss. This is also a powerful time to dive into shadow work or spiritual practices that help you release lingering attachments to the past. If you've been holding on to beliefs or relationship dynamics that keep you small, this eclipse helps you break free and reclaim your personal power. Meanwhile, the Sun and Mercury illuminate your 2nd house of personal values, self-worth, and finances. This is urging you to rethink how you define security. Conversations around money, assets, or personal priorities are likely to arise. This is helping you to see where your sense of value comes from and where it's time to realign. You may feel called to set firmer boundaries around your resources or shift your earning strategies to reflect the person you're becoming. The balance here lies in understanding what's yours versus what's shared and claiming authority over your financial independence. Now, the Pisces moon will also be making a trine to Jupiter in Cancer. So, Jupiter's supportive trine is lighting up your 12th house of healing, intuition, and spiritual restoration. This is offering you divine guidance and protection as you move through this period of deep transformation. So, you may receive insights through dreams, meditation, or quiet reflection that reveals your next steps. This is an ideal time to lean into practices that nourish your spirit. So whether through creative expression, journaling, or connecting with your inner voice, you're being reminded that trusting your intuition is the key to moving forward with clarity and grace. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this eclipse energy is first to clear out old attachments, release contracts, debts, or power dynamics that no longer serve your emotional and financial well-being. Next is to redefine your value. Reflect on what truly matters to you and adjust your priorities around money and security. Next is to deepen emotional intimacy. Be honest about your needs and allow space for vulnerable, healing conversations. Next is to prioritize inner healing. Use spiritual practices or shadow work to process old fears and subconscious patterns. And finally, trust the invisible path. Allow synchronicities and intuitive nudges to guide your next chapter. A great affirmation for you for this Pisces eclipse energy is, I release what no longer serves me and create space for deeper trust, abundance, and emotional freedom. Be sure to let me know how this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse energy is showing up for you in the comments below. And of course, your 3-second ritual: like, share, and subscribe to keep this energy coming your way. And if you're tired of repeating old patterns, my Venus Activation Journal walks you through reconnecting with your self-worth and rewriting your love story from the inside out. So be sure to grab it below. The links are all listed in the description box. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for watching. Virgo rising. So this total lunar eclipse activates your 7th house of relationships, soul contracts, and the mirror of partnership, revealing who you are becoming by reflecting who you're choosing. Now, with the Pisces moon conjunct the North Node, this is a karmic threshold moment. You're being asked to release roles and relationship dynamics that keep you stuck in overfunctioning, perfectionism, or emotional avoidance, and step into connections that are truly reciprocal, emotionally safe, and aligned with your next chapter. This is a massive energetic reset around love, support, and togetherness. If you've been holding on to a dynamic that no longer feels aligned, whether in romance, friendship, or business, this eclipse will bring the clarity or closure you need. The people you meet or deepen ties with now could feel fated, like you've known them forever. But the real invitation is internal. Do you trust yourself enough to show up fully in partnership? and to walk away when it's no longer in alignment. This eclipse reminds you that true partnership doesn't demand self-abandonment. It asks for authenticity. The more you honor your needs, your voice, and your emotional truth, the more magnetic you become to the relationships that are meant to grow with you. This is about mutual evolution, not being a martyr. You are learning that it's safe to be both needed and to have needs. And you're discovering just how beautiful it feels to be seen without having to perform. This eclipse in your 7th house shines a light on the relationships that act as mirrors, showing you where you've been giving too much, holding yourself back, or resisting deeper intimacy. The North Node's influence pushes you toward partnerships that elevate you and away from dynamics where you feel unseen or undervalued. Contracts, collaborations, and commitments, both personal or professional, could suddenly shift. A soul-level partnership may arrive, or an existing relationship could transform in ways that bring greater spiritual alignment. This is about allowing connection without losing yourself, trusting that the right people will meet you at the frequency you're growing into. Now, with the Sun and Mercury illuminating your 1st house of self, this is a powerful reset for your identity, confidence, and personal expression. You are redefining who you are, and the way you show up in relationships will naturally flow. Clarity arrives about how you've been seen versus how you want to be seen. Mercury's influence brings key conversations, insights, or inner realizations that help you speak your truth more openly and unapologetically. This is an invitation to release outdated versions of yourself, the parts that stayed small to keep the peace, and step fully into your authentic power. Now, this Pisces moon will also trine Jupiter in Cancer. So Jupiter's supportive trine is activating your 11th house of community, friendships, and future vision, helping you connect with people who uplift and inspire you. New collaborations, social opportunities, or networking connections could open doors, especially in spaces where your voice and talents are celebrated. This is also a moment to dream bigger about the impact you want to make. The right people are coming into your orbit to help you expand your influence, amplify your message, and align with your soul's bigger vision for the future. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this Pisces eclipse energy is redefine your relationship standards. Release dynamics that drain you and open to connections rooted in reciprocity and growth. Next is to express your truth. Use your voice to advocate for your needs without guilt or apology. Next is to step into authentic self-expression. Redefine how you show up, both personally and professionally. Next is to expand your social world. Seek communities that align with the future you're creating. And say yes to fated encounters. The people crossing your path now hold keys to your next chapter. A great affirmation for you for this Pisces eclipse energy is, I attract relationships that honor my wholeness, celebrate my truth, and align with my highest growth. Be sure to let me know how this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse energy is showing up for you in the comments below. And of course, if this lit you up, be sure to hit like, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you never miss your next download. And if you're ready to stop outsourcing your worth and finally come home to yourself, my Venus Activation Journal guides you through your Venus sign and house so you can rewire how you see and love yourself. So be sure to check it out. It's in the description box below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for listening. Libra rising. So this total lunar eclipse is activating your 6th house of health, habits, healing, and how you serve, illuminating the hidden ways you've been pouring from an empty cup. Now, with the Pisces moon conjunct the North Node, your soul is being redirected toward self-mastery rooted in softness. This isn't about hustling harder. It's about honoring your rhythms, protecting your peace, and learning that alignment is more powerful than burnout. You're being asked to release outdated beliefs around productivity and perfectionism. If you've been overextending yourself in work, caretaking, or your daily grind, this eclipse pulls back the curtain. It reveals the energetic leaks, toxic routines, or lack of boundaries that are keeping you from true fulfillment. Something as simple as your sleep schedule, nutrition, or work-life balance could be a doorway to deeper healing and purpose. This moment is also a mirror for your nervous system. Where are you constantly on, trying to be everything for everyone? It's time to build rituals, routines, and environments that regulate you, not drain you. You may feel called to shift careers, leave behind toxic work dynamics, or create a more heart-led version of service that actually nourishes you as well. And because the 6th house also rules your skills and the work you do every day, this eclipse may bring divine insight about your calling. Whether it's a change in your workflow, a desire to work more intuitively, or even a decision to prioritize mental health over climbing the ladder. Trust that these nudges are guiding you toward sacred efficiency, not empty effort. The eclipse activation of your 6th house highlights your relationship with discipline, structure, and healing. The North Node here calls you to redefine what taking care of yourself truly means, not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally. So you may notice old patterns surfacing around perfectionism, overgiving, or staying busy to avoid your feelings. This is your reminder that your value isn't defined by what you produce or how much you can handle for others. The people and responsibilities that remain after this period will be those that nourish you, not deplete you. Now, with the Sun and Mercury illuminating your 12th house of rest, release, and subconscious healing, this is a powerful invitation to slow down and reconnect with your inner world. So, insights may surface through your dreams, meditation, or journaling, revealing hidden fears or outdated beliefs that have shaped how you approach your work and well-being. This alignment encourages you to spend time alone, honor your need for spiritual connection, and create space for reflection. If you've been avoiding deeper emotional healing, this is your cosmic nudge to pause and listen inward. Now, the Pisces moon will also make a trine to Jupiter in Cancer. So Jupiter's supportive trine is lighting up your 10th house of career, visibility, and long-term goals. helping you to integrate these shifts into your broader life direction. As you create healthier rhythms and prioritize your well-being, you naturally become more magnetic in your professional life. This is also a reminder that your highest success doesn't come from overworking. It comes from alignment. New opportunities for recognition, leadership, or career growth could arise as you release old patterns of self-neglect and step into your authentic flow. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this Pisces eclipse energy is first to prioritize healing routines. Create daily practices that nourish your body and regulate your energy. Next is to redefine productivity. Measure your value by how aligned and present you feel, not by how much you do. Next is to release draining commitments. Say no to obligations that keep you in cycles of burnout. Next is to tune into your inner world. Spend time in reflection, meditation, or spiritual practice to realign your inner and outer worlds. And balance service and self-care. So choose environments, projects, and relationships that allow you to give without depleting yourself. A great affirmation for you for this Pisces eclipse energy is, my energy is sacred, and I create space for work, healing, and rest that align with my highest good. Be sure to let me know how this Pisces lunar eclipse energy is showing up for you in the comments below. And of course, show this video some love, share it with your soul tribe, and subscribe for more magic. And if you're ready for clarity, my As Above, So Within astrology journal gives you over 100 prompts to uncover your purpose and patterns. Start your deep dive today. The link is below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for listening. Scorpio rising. So this total lunar eclipse lights up your fifth house of self-expression, creativity, romance, and joy, calling you home to the part of yourself that craves freedom, inspiration, and full-hearted living. With the Pisces moon conjunct the North Node, your soul is being pulled out of survival mode and back into your heart. This is a reminder. Your power isn't just in your resilience. It's in your ability to feel deeply, love boldly, and create from the truth of who you are. This eclipse may stir old grief or suppressed desires that have kept your inner artist or romantic self on mute. It's not just about creativity. It's about emotional reclamation. Where have you abandoned your happiness in the name of control or rejected your own light to stay safe? You're being asked to stop minimizing your magic and start making space for your soul's desires to breathe. The fifth house is also the realm of visibility. Not in the public sense, but in the soul sense. It's about allowing yourself to be seen in your art, your love, your imperfections, and your passion. This eclipse may bring faded creative projects, love interests, or reconnections that reawaken your spirit. It can also signal a powerful release of old heartbreaks or outdated stories around not being chosen, appreciated, or being enough. This is a time to create, not just cope, to play, not just perform, and to pour love into the parts of yourself that have been waiting to come alive again. Whether it's painting, dancing, writing, dating, flirting with life, or nurturing a literal or metaphorical child, you're being invited to choose happiness like your soul depends on it. With the North Node aligned to this eclipse in your 5th house, your soul is being guided to express itself more boldly and authentically. This is a call to let go of fears around judgment, perfectionism, or rejection, and to embrace what genuinely excites you. Relationships may shift as you become clearer about what you want and need to feel emotionally nourished. Some connections may deepen while others naturally fade, making room for relationships, projects, and communities that fully support your creative and emotional expression. Now, the Sun and Mercury will light up your 11th house of friendships, networks, and future visions, inviting you to look at how your creative dreams connect with your larger community. Conversations with friends, collaborators, or mentors may spark breakthroughs about where you're headed and who's meant to walk alongside you. If you've been holding yourself back out of fear of judgment, this energy helps you find your people, those who celebrate your passions and encourage you to dream bigger. New alliances, group projects, or shared visions could begin unfolding now. Now, the Pisces moon will also make a trine to Jupiter in Cancer. So Jupiter's expansive trine activates your 9th house of belief systems, spirituality, and higher knowledge, amplifying your inspiration and creative flow. So this is an invitation to reconnect with meaning, to ask yourself why you create, why you love, and why you dream. You may feel drawn to travel, study, or immerse yourself in philosophies that expand your worldview and fuel your artistry. Sharing your creative gifts or story could ripple further than you realize now, touching people beyond your immediate circle. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this Pisces eclipse energy is first to reignite your passions. Create space for hobbies, art, and activities that make you lose track of time. Next is to focus on healing your inner child. Allow yourself to play, dream, and imagine without limits. Next is to reassess romantic patterns. Get clear on what you truly desire in love and release dynamics that keep you small. Next is to collaborate and share. Join communities, groups, or creative spaces where your gifts are celebrated. And focus on expanding your perspective. Seek inspiration through travel, learning, or spiritual study to fuel your creative voice. A great affirmation for you for this eclipse energy is, I honor my creative spirit, my passions, and the relationships that make my soul feel alive. Be sure to let me know how this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse energy is showing up for you in the comments below. And of course, show this video some love with a like, spread the magic, and subscribe so the universe keeps sending you these vibes. And if you're tired of repeating old patterns, my Venus Activation Journal walks you through reconnecting with your self-worth and rewriting your love story from the inside out. So be sure to grab it below. I appreciate you, And thanks so much for listening. Sagittarius rising. So, this total lunar eclipse lands in your fourth house of home, family, roots, and emotional grounding, pulling you into a deep reflection of what it really means to feel safe, supported, and emotionally anchored. With the Pisces moon conjunct the North Node, your soul is being guided to reimagine the foundations you build your life on. This isn't just about your physical space. It's about the inner security you carry within you. For a sign that thrives on exploration, this eclipse reminds you that true expansion requires emotional safety. You're being asked to confront the old conditioning, inherited patterns, or childhood imprints that may be still shaping your sense of worth or belonging. The desire to escape or keep moving won't soothe what needs to be faced and healed at the root. This could bring a literal or symbolic reset in your living environment. So, a move, a family shift, a renovation, or even the launch of a home-based business. You may feel a deeper urge to create sacred space, a sanctuary that supports your dreams and reflects who you're becoming. There's also an invitation to reclaim your emotional story, to rewrite the narrative you've inherited and plant new seeds of safety and self-trust. Whether through ancestral healing, boundary setting, or choosing peace over performance, this eclipse marks a turning point in how you mother yourself. The more you prioritize your emotional well-being, the more magnetic and mission-driven your outer life becomes. With this eclipse merging with the North Node in your fourth house, the universe is inviting you to redefine your relationship with home, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. This is your chance to heal old wounds connected to family, childhood, or ancestral conditioning, and to create an inner foundation that nurtures your growth. Some Sagittarians may find themselves stepping into a more active role within their family, while others may need to establish independence by creating their own safe space, free from outdated patterns and expectations. Simultaneously, the Sun and Mercury are highlighting your 10th house of career, public visibility, and long-term goals, asking you to get intentional about the legacy you're building. Conversations around work, leadership, or your reputation may arise, bringing clarity about your next chapter of professional growth. This alignment encourages you to integrate your personal life and professional ambitions more harmoniously. The key is balance. You're being shown how your emotional security and career aspirations can coexist without forcing one to compromise the other. Now, the Pisces moon will also make a trine to Jupiter in Cancer. So, Jupiter's supportive energy is activating your 8th house of transformation, intimacy, shared resources, and emotional rebirth, deepening your ability to trust both yourself and others. Financial shifts may come into play, such as merging resources, investments, or long-term planning related to home and family. This energy also supports emotional healing on a soul deep level. Intimacy, vulnerability, and shared trust become powerful themes, whether within your closest relationships or in how you receive support from the universe itself. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this energy is first to redefine home and security. Revisit what truly makes you feel grounded and safe, both emotionally and physically. Next is to focus on healing family patterns. Reflect on generational stories or dynamics that have shaped your sense of belonging, and use this energy to release what no longer serves you. Next is to integrate work and personal life. Build a rhythm that honors both your ambitions and your emotional well-being. Also, this is a great time to focus on exploring any home-based projects. So consider ways to create financial or creative opportunities from your personal sanctuary. And lastly, allow emotional intimacy. Deepen trust in your closest relationships and welcome support when it's offered. A great affirmation for you is, my foundation is strong, my heart is safe, and I create a home within and around me that nurtures my soul. Be sure to let me know how this Pisces lunar eclipse energy is showing up for you in the comments below. And of course, if this lit you up, be sure to hit like, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you never miss your next download. And your chart already holds the answers. My As Above, So Within guided journal helps you pull them out and put them on paper so you can finally see who you're becoming. So be sure to check it out. The links are below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for listening. Capricorn rising. So this total lunar eclipse activates your third house of communication, mindset, learning, siblings, and your local environment, signaling a deep upgrade in how you use your voice, share your ideas, and relate to the world around you. With the Pisces moon conjunct the North Node, the universe is asking you to speak, teach, write, or create in ways that reflect your spiritual intelligence, not just your practical knowledge. If you've been downplaying your wisdom or filtering your thoughts to stay in control, this eclipse could bring an emotional release, one that frees your voice and reshapes your narrative. It's a moment of clarity around how you've internalized expectations or conditioned beliefs about what you should say, how you should communicate, or what's worth sharing. A contract, sibling dynamic, or creative idea may also reach a turning point, inviting you to express yourself with more truth and compassion. This is also a mindset reset. The third house rules your day-to-day thoughts, habits, and attention, the mental loops that shape your reality. If you've been stuck in cycles of negative self-talk, overthinking, or intellectual burnout, the universe is offering you a fresh lens. This could mean setting new digital boundaries, switching up your learning environment, or finally launching that podcast, newsletter, or online course that's been simmering under the surface. Ultimately, this eclipse wants you to trust your inner voice more than the noise around you. Speak what feels aligned. Share what feels true. The world is ready for your wisdom, but only when you stop second-guessing it. The third house rules communication, curiosity, and close connections. And with the North Node activating this space, there's a clear invitation to evolve how you share your thoughts and ideas. This isn't just about speaking more. It's about speaking authentically. So themes around siblings, cousins, neighbors, or community ties may resurface, offering opportunities for healing or reconnection. You might also feel drawn to learn something new, start a podcast, grow your social media presence, or step into teaching or mentoring roles where your voice has greater impact. Simultaneously, the Sun and Mercury are lighting up your ninth house of expansion, higher learning, and worldview, pushing you to think bigger than ever before. So you may feel inspired to explore new belief systems, enroll in courses, share your message with a wider audience, or even plan travel that shifts your perspective. For some Capricorns, this could involve pursuing certifications, publishing opportunities, or spiritual studies that deepen your wisdom. The balance here lies in integrating the details with the big picture, grounding expansive visions into actionable steps. Now, the Pisces moon will also make a trine to Jupiter in Cancer. So, Jupiter's energy to this eclipse is activating your seventh house of partnerships, contracts, and collaborations, creating opportunities for supportive alliances and emotionally aligned relationships. This could be a significant turning point in how you connect one-on-one, whether romantically, professionally, or creatively. Conversations with a partner or potential collaborator could open new doors, while relationship dynamics may evolve toward greater trust, reciprocity, and emotional intimacy. This is also a powerful time for attracting clients, mentors, or partners who align with your next chapter. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with the energy of this full moon is first, to use your voice. Speak your truth openly, whether in writing, conversations, or creative platforms. Next is to audit your inner circle. Notice where relationships or sibling dynamics need healing or deeper understanding. Next is to focus on expanding your reach. Share your ideas on larger platforms, publish your work, or teach what you know. Next is to seek aligned partnerships. Collaborate with those who understand your vision and your values. And finally, focus on upgrading your mental habits. Replace old thought loops with expansive, intuitive perspectives. A great affirmation for you for this Pisces eclipse energy is, my voice is powerful. My words carry impact, and I attract connections that expand my truth and vision. Be sure to let me know how this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse energy is showing up for you in the comments below. And of course, hit that like button, send this to someone who needs it, and subscribe for more of these vibes. And if you're ready to stop outsourcing your worth and finally come home to yourself, my Venus Activation Journal guides you through your Venus sign and house so you can rewire how you see and love yourself. So be sure to check it out below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for listening. Aquarius rising. So this total lunar eclipse is activating your second house of self-worth, values, money, and personal resources, marking a soul-level reset in how you earn, receive, and hold on to both tangible and energetic abundance. Now, with the Pisces moon conjunct the North Node, you're being pulled into a new paradigm. One where you no longer measure your value by what you have, but by who you are. This energy exposes hidden beliefs around lack, scarcity, and deservingness. You may realize you've been undercharging, overworking, or holding yourself back financially out of fear, guilt, or subconscious programming. This eclipse isn't just about your bank account. It's about what you believe you're worth and whether your life reflects that. On a practical level, this could look like a shift in income sources, a decision to walk away from undervalued work, a realization about your pricing, spending, or saving habits, or a desire to align your finances with your deeper spiritual path. The second house also rules your value systems, meaning this eclipse may shake loose anything that's no longer aligned with what you truly care about, not what society told you should matter. If you've been chasing goals that don't fulfill you or settling for comfort over purpose, this lunation offers a divine course correction. You're being asked to upgrade your inner narrative from "I hope I'm enough" to "I know I'm more than enough." When you root your worth in your truth, not in titles, status, or material proof, the abundance that flows to you is not only more aligned, it's also more sustainable. This is a turning point of reclamation. Reclaim your power to choose, to receive, and to believe. You don't have to hustle for your worth. You are the value. With the North Node activating this area, you are entering a period where your soul is learning to align material abundance with spiritual purpose. This could look like redefining what security means to you, questioning where you've been playing small, or finally charging your worth for the work you do. If financial fears or scarcity wounds arise, see them as signals to heal and step into a new relationship with receiving. Meanwhile, the Sun and Mercury illuminate your 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, and transformation, sparking deep realizations about power, trust, and emotional exchange. This could involve renegotiating financial agreements, releasing debts, or transforming dynamics within partnerships, both romantic and professional. Conversations about joint finances, investments, or energetic boundaries may come up now, helping you see where past patterns no longer serve you. The key is balancing independence with interdependence, knowing what's yours, what's shared, and where new boundaries are needed to thrive. Now, the Pisces moon will also make a trine to Jupiter in Cancer. So Jupiter's trine to the eclipse is energizing your 6th house of work, daily routines, and well-being, opening doors for new opportunities that support your growth and stability. So you may receive an offer, project, or idea that brings both financial rewards and emotional fulfillment. This is also a reminder to care for your body and energy as you expand your sense of worth. Aligning your habits with your values, from your work schedule to your self-care rituals, will help you to feel grounded as new income streams or responsibilities unfold. Now, some of the best ways for you to work with this Pisces eclipse energy is first to redefine abundance. Reflect on what security truly means to you and set new intentions around wealth and resources. Next is to focus on charging your worth. Ask for the raise your rates, or create income streams that align with your values. Next is to heal any scarcity patterns. Release fears around money and trust that opportunities flow when you step into deservingness. Next is to balance independence and partnership. Know where to collaborate and where to maintain autonomy. And finally, focus on upgrading your daily habits. Build routines that support financial, physical, and emotional stability. A great affirmation for you for this Pisces energy is, I am worthy of abundance, aligned opportunities, and the security that comes from honoring my true value. Be sure to let me know how this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse energy is showing up for you in the comments below. And of course, be sure to hit like, send this to your besties, and subscribe so you never miss your cosmic upgrade. And you don't have to keep guessing who you are. My As Above, So Within guided journal helps you get real about what you want and what you're here for. So be sure to grab it below. The links are in the description box. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for listening. Pisces rising. So, of course, this total lunar eclipse lands in your first house of identity, self-expression, embodiment, and your soul path, making it one of the most personal and powerful energetic turning points of the year. Now, with the Pisces moon conjunct the North Node, the universe is delivering a cosmic invitation to remember who you are, not who you've been told to be or who you've had to become to survive, but the you that's always been there, just beneath the surface. This is an identity level metamorphosis. Parts of your persona, aesthetic, habits, or ways of moving through the world may no longer feel aligned. And that is not a crisis, it's clarity. You're being called to release outdated self-images, subconscious masks, or inherited narratives that have shaped how you show up. Whether it's a physical transformation, a shift in your public image, or a deep internal breakthrough, this eclipse initiates a soulful reintroduction to yourself. You may suddenly feel done with certain dynamics, especially those where you've been minimizing your needs, hiding your magic, or trying to fit into spaces that don't reflect your frequency anymore. So this could look like a change in your appearance or how you express your style, a renewed desire to share your voice publicly, walking away from roles or relationships that shrink you, or even feeling called to start a passion project or rebrand your presence. Because this eclipse sits on the axis of the 1st and 7th houses, you're also being asked to reflect on the balance between authenticity and connection. Where have you outsourced your identity to keep the peace in relationships? Where have you abandoned your truth for the sake of belonging? This lunation reminds you, when you claim your fullness, you call in aligned relationships. When you honor your individuality, your life aligns accordingly. This is the beginning of a new soul cycle, one that starts with a bold, unfiltered version of you. Let go of who you were told to be and step into who you're here to become. There's a powerful invitation to trust your intuition more deeply and let your inner knowing guide your decisions, even when they contradict expectations. The more you embody your truth, the more magnetic you become. Now, the Sun and Mercury will light up your 7th house of partnerships, contracts, and one-on-one connections, highlighting relationship dynamics that mirror your growth. So you may have pivotal conversations with a partner, collaborator, or client that reveal where balance, boundaries, or deeper intimacy is needed. This alignment also asks you to notice how relationships shape your identity. Are you compromising your needs to keep the peace? Or are you attracting people who truly reflect your evolution? For some, new connections may form that open doors to collaboration, while others may naturally fall away as you step into a higher alignment. Now, the Pisces moon will also make a trine to Jupiter in Cancer. So, Jupiter's energy to the eclipse is activating your fifth house of creativity, self expression, passion, and happiness, offering you a surge of inspiration. So, this is a potent time to reconnect with your inner artist, take bold risk in love, or launch passion projects that reflect your true essence. Now, because the fifth house also rules visibility, this energy amplifies your ability to share your voice and creative gifts with a broader audience, whether through your work, social media, or creative collaborations. Romantic energy is heightened as well, but the key is aligning with connections that encourage your full self-expression rather than dimming your light. Now, some of the best ways to work with this Pisces eclipse energy is first to reclaim your identity. Let go of outdated roles and step into your authentic self without fear of rejection. Next is to redefine relationship dynamics. Notice who supports your growth and who resists your evolution. Next is to express your creative truth. Lean into hobbies, projects, and forms of self-expression that light you up. Next is to follow intuitive nudges. Trust your inner knowing, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. And finally, say yes to joy. Choose experiences and relationships that allow your spirit to feel fully alive. A great affirmation for you for this Pisces eclipse energy is, I trust who I am becoming and boldly embody the truest expression of myself. Be sure to let me know how this Pisces full moon lunar eclipse energy is showing up for you in the comments below. And of course, be sure to hit like, send this to your besties, and subscribe so you never miss your cosmic upgrade. And if you're ready for clarity, my As Above, So Within astrology journal gives you over 100 prompts to uncover your purpose and patterns. Start your deep dive today. The link is in the description box below. I appreciate you, and thanks so much for listening.